Hi Flosstube, it's me Jen, Backcountry Stitcher, and welcome to my channel. This is kind of exciting because it's only been a month since my last video. I've had kind of a busy month, but not anything too crazy. I've actually had the last 2 weekends off in a row, which has not happened in a hot minute, so that's been exciting. Granted, I'm traveling and working the next 2 weekends, but that's all I have for a while after that. So very exciting. I hope everyone had a really good Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was a little odd. My husband went home for Thanksgiving. Well, I mean, obviously Utah's our home, but he went back to his family's place in Atlanta for Thanksgiving. And my family, my sister actually was in Paris with her now fiance, yay. And she was in Paris. So my parents, who also live in Atlanta, were like, well, why don't we come visit you? And I was like, okay. So my husband went to Atlanta, but my parents, who are from Atlanta, came out here to visit me. So it's just kind of how it worked out. But we had a lovely time. Really had a nice time with my family. And actually, I spent some time with my mom sewing. I am learning to sew. I think I mentioned that in my last video. I have a couple of things I'll show you that I have sewn. I'm really bad, but been having fun. So anyway, so Thanksgiving was really good. And it's definitely winter now here. We have been getting snow already. We do have our, I guess you could call them Hanukkah decorations up in the front yard. But there are some weird additions in there. So I'll insert a picture of what's going on in my front yard in case you're interested. But it's up now. So winter is here. So anyway, I do have some really cool stuff to share with you today. I do have an FFO. I have a really big finish that I'm really excited about. I have one that's kind of a finish for now, and then a new start, and then of course some whips. So a few things to go over with you guys. So let's just jump right in. So my first FFO this one is not one that I stitched. This is one I showed last time. This was the Hanukkah fawn is, I guess, what we're calling it, that my friend Christina stitched for me. That was kind of it was a reach-heart from a Christmas ornament kit that we got at Stitch West. So anyway, I finished it into a little pillow. And this was actually the first, oops, dog hair. This was actually the first project I stitched or sewed on my new sewing machine. And I put a little thing on it so it can hang. And it's been hanging next to my stitchy spot because I love it so much. I mean, it's like, it has a little dog ears and stuff that I wasn't, I probably, if I curved them or something, I could, but for my first project. And then, so I sewed it and then stuffed it with the fiber fill, I guess it was called, or something, and then hand sewed just along here. And that's also a little not great, but which is funny because it's actually a very similar stitch to what I use sometimes in surgery, to like a mattress suture in surgery, or an intradermal suture, but it is very different when you're sutured fabric versus when you're suturing an animal. So yeah, so I definitely need to practice that on fabric a little bit more, but that is my FFO, and I love this so much. So yeah, and so that's my FFO. And my other sewing, I'll just show you really quickly. I did make so I'll show you one of my project bags I actually made with my mom. This one I made all by myself without anyone's help. And this one's also super jankety. But it's just a little zipper pouch, so I don't know. And then I made a little orc catcher that it still needs the buttons. I haven't picked up buttons yet, but I figured out how to do that by myself. So, I mean, I used a little tutorial, but whatever. So anyway, so those are my finished projects. Like FFO'd, whatever. So anyway, so big finish. I'm really excited. So lately, I got this bug up my butt, I guess, to work on my matzo cover. I felt like I needed to work on something to just ground me in something in my culture right now. So I was like, you know what, my matzo cover is the perfect thing to pick up. And it'll be great because then I can have it done by Passover this year. So anyway, so I finished my matzo cover and here it is. So this is, and it's not ironed. Yeah, I probably should have done that, but I didn't. So this is my matzo cover. And this is a design by Cooler Design Studios. And you can tell that because of the insane amount of backstitching that's in it. I complained about this backstitching the entire time. And I was so mad at it when I was stitching it because it looks so good. And I was just like, I am so mad at how good this looks with this backstitching. But it looks amazing. So I did kind of go over when I first started this, the different, so these are all different symbols. So first of all, this says matzah in the center. This is Hebrew. It's read from right to left. And so that says matzah. And matzah is the, I guess the best way to describe it is it's like a giant cracker. And it's basically unleavened bread is what it is. And that's something that we eat during Passover because the Hebrews didn't have enough time to leave Egypt to let their bread dough rise. So when they took it, it just cooked on their backs in the sun. And that's how we got matzah. So we use this to cover the matzah during the, actually let me, you know what's a really good thing? I have these little clips. I'm going to do this so that I can show you guys, use two hands to show you guys what's on here. So, yeah, so there's a lot of different symbols and I'll just kind of go around. So the lamb it's a very cute little lamb, right? Yeah, the story with the lamb in the Passover story is not very happy, at least for the lamb. So when the Israelites, when they were protecting themselves from the last plague, which was the death of the firstborn son, they had to mark their doors. Oh, this is gruesome. They had to mark their doors in lamb's blood. So the lamb shank is, we have a lamb shank on the Passover or on the Seder plate every year. So that's the lamb. It looks very cute here, but it's, yeah, that's an Old Testament story for you. Up here we have some apples. So the apples are used, actually, I assume they're apples. I thought they were pomegranates when I first started this, but I think they're apples because we use apples in haroset, which haroset is like this like apple, wine, cinnamon, and walnut. Like you can use, well, I don't put walnuts in mine because I don't like nuts, but you mix nuts and stuff. And it's meant to represent the mortar that the slaves used to make the bricks. So there's apples here. We've got little bees. I don't really know what the bees are for, but they're really cute. Although there's 3 different colors of stitches and 2 different colors in backstitch in each one of these bees. And it was like so fiddly. Then we have the parsley and the greens. These are symbols, just symbols of spring. The parsley we actually dip in salt water to remind us of the tears of the Israelites during their slavery. The horseradish, this is a horseradish or bitter herb. That's to remind us of the bitterness of slavery. And these are all things you can actually find on the Seder plate, except for this one. I'll get there in a second. So the horseradish reminds us of the bitterness of slavery. And then down here are the grapes. So the grapes, I think, are meant to represent, I know, they're meant to represent wine. We drink a lot of wine during the Seder. There are 4 glasses of wine just built into the Seder, or into the Seder service. So there's a lot of drinking. I will be honest, I can't fill my glasses full. So we don't necessarily pour 4 full glasses. You just have 4 glasses of wine. So that is that's what the grapes are for. And the grapes also have like not a million, like 6 different colors in each of these grapes. And it looked like just a blob of color until you put the backstitch in, and then you're like, oh, this looks so good. Why do I hate this backstitch so much? So anyway, so that was the matzo cover. Next step is to FFO this, and with my new sewing machine. I actually have a couple of pieces of practice fabric because I want to put it on like a silky fabric that I don't know, it's not going to be normal to work with, like cotton fabric. So we'll see. I'm going to practice a little bit. Maybe I'll do that today. So there's that. So next time you see it, it'll be FFO. All right. The next thing I have to show you is I guess I'm calling it an FFN, like a finished for now. And that's because all I have left to do is the beading. I'm not sure when I'm going to start beading her, but I do have her on my Arabesque scroll frame. So I finally finished, whoops, there we go, all the stitching on Cathedral Woods Goddess. So the stitching and back stitching are done on her. I'll get close-up view. So all of her back stitching, all of that Kranich is done. D-O-N-E, done. And she is gorgeous. I love her so much, and I'm so excited to start beading her. Yeah, so I have her on my Arabesque frame, scroll frames. I like these because you just have to clamp them in. I had her like clamped in exactly the way I wanted, so I didn't want to unclamp her for this. But she's beautiful. So next step is just beading her. This is Cathedral Woods Goddess by Mirabilia. Been working on her for a hot minute. But she's so sparkly. I mean, look at all of that Kranich, you guys. That was a lot of Kranich in her. But I'm done with the Kranich now. I just have to put the beads in. And that's gonna be so much fun. So that is Cathedral Woods Goddess. So let me just want to roll this up so that she doesn't get all messed up. Okay, so moving on to some whips. I do have a new start. This one is actually not for me. This is the bag that I sewed. Oops, there is dog hair all over this. My dog has taken to using the underside of this desk as his own personal sleeping place. This is a bag I made with my mom. This was my second project on my sewing machine, so that's my bag. So this is a burst sampler. And this is, I hope this isn't like a pirated thing, because now that I'm thinking about it, it might be. It's just called like Hedgehog Birth Sampler, and I got it from the store. It's called Happiness on Etsy. And I'll insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like because I don't have a printout of it, but this is where I'm at right now. So I did get the 2 main little hedgehogs and these acorns done. And then the rest of this is all just like outline, basically, because, so the name is going to go up here and then the date. And then in here is, I don't know what's in here. I can't remember. Oh, no, sorry. The name goes here. There's going to be flags here. And then this is the date. And then down here will be the time, the length, and the weight of the baby. So yeah. So my goal for this is, and this is just stitched on 18 count white Aida. There's like a smudge on it. 18 count white, just plain white Aida. I was going to get kind of fancy, but this was just the easiest, and I think it actually goes really well. So my goal is, she's having the baby on Tuesday, so on December 5th. Today's December 3rd. She's getting induced. It's a planned thing. So she's having the baby then. My goal is to have the outline finished by the time she has the baby. So then I can just fill in the stuff and hopefully have it done for her pretty quickly, because I have my cousins are having a baby in December. So that's happening, which I didn't find out about until like a month ago. Everyone was kind of keeping hush hush about it, but I got that baby I want to do a sampler for, but that one I don't want to start for various reasons. I'm not going to start until after the baby's born. And then in March, I have another coworker who's having a baby that I would really like to do a sampler for. So it's baby season. And I really like doing these for, oops, I want to leave this out so that I can take a photo. I really like doing these because I actually still have, do I have it right here? Oh. So I actually still have this from when I was born. I just have it on my shelf over there. I don't know why. Yeah. So a friend or a coworker of my mother's made this for me when I was born, and we still have it. And it was like such a nice gift. So I like doing these because I know how much it meant to my mom, and I know how much it meant to me to have that. So I feel like it's a really nice gift to give to people. So there is that. All right, we're just gonna go through what I have here. All right, so this is Ackworth Quaker, I think. So this one I will have to insert who did it because I can't remember the designer now. So what this is, first of all, this is an enormous piece. And what I'm doing is there's me and 5 other wonderful ladies who are all stitching this together. And we're doing this as a round robin. So we all stitch, so my friend, one of my friends split it into 6 parts. So we all stitched the part 1 on our own pieces that we're going to keep. And that was like, it was huge. It was like 25% of the project. And then we're passing it along in a circle around robin, and we're each going to stitch the next part. So like right now, like Jamie of Cross Stitch and Chill, she finished her part. So I'm the next person. She passes everything on to me. So now I'm stitching part 2. She's stitching part 2 on someone else's piece right now. So when she passes it to me again, I'm going to stitch part 3. So that way we get to stitch the entire piece and not have to stitch the same motifs all over again. So this is the piece. Like I said, it's enormous. Thank you, Christina. So we're all doing this kind of differently. So Jamie picked out, this is, I don't know what, I was about to say flavor. I don't know what colorway this fabric is, but it's Ada. I think it's, I want to say it's 18 count, but it might be 16 count. I don't know. I think it's 18, I think it's 16 count, but I'm not sure. But this is on Ada, and what she's doing is she wants us to do 2 tones. So we're doing most of everything in black and then accents with the teal. And she kind of is leaving it up to us where we want to put the teal when we do our motifs. So like I did, what did I do on this? I did this motif here, and I did this. Did I do that one? Yeah, I don't know, I can't keep track. Yeah, I did this one here. So I did this one and this one. So Christina did everything, or sorry, Jamie did everything else. I did this motif down here. So that one. And then I just finished today this one. And then there's another big one like up here that I have to do, and then I'll be done with part 2. So I'm almost done with this, or with my, I'm almost finished for now with this part. And it's going to be super cool, but it's huge. So I don't know what, and mine's about the same size because I did mine on 32 count. So it's big. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I was thinking about turning it into like a tote bag or something. But I guess we'll see. So, yeah, but there it is. That's Ackworth Quaker. So thank you. Thank you, Christina, for picking out such a big project. It's not that bad. We're just, you know, we give her a hard time, but it's only like 20,000 stitches, and it's not, it goes by pretty quick because it's a Quaker, and we're doing mostly solid colors. Like on mine, I did a few different things on mine. So I did the branches in green, the pot in black, and then all the different motifs were in just another blue color. And basically I just am telling everybody, pick your favorite color and stitch your part, or whatever part you need to work on in that color. I'm not being very picky. Some people have, like Christina has people assigned to colors. So she's got it all planned out. I just was like, man, do what you want. Do what you want. All right, so that is that. And then, boop, boop. So next we have one of my other Mirabilias. This is red. So that is what she will look like. So that's what she's gonna look like. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember working on her. I must have worked on her at Stitching in the Springs. I don't know. I don't know. Don't really remember working on her. But she is, I got some more done. I think I moved mostly into the hood from last time. I think I was down like here, down in this area, and I just moved it. I must have worked on this at Stitching in the Springs. But I worked mostly in the hood, which is just, this is all just one block color. So it's not like, wasn't rocket science there. So I think I actually have moved into, because I divide my patterns by quarters. So I actually finished, yeah, because this line here is the first quarter of the pattern that I worked on, which it doesn't equate to a quarter of the whole pattern because the bottom quarters have much more stitches. There's more, you know what I mean? Like this whole area was blank, not blank, but just empty. So, and this is on, I know it's on 32 count Lugana, but I'm not sure. Did I save the, you'd think I would like learn by now to save the, I don't know where it is, you guys. So I can't remember what color it is. I do know it's a Grace Notes fabric, and it's been great to work on. It's like a neutral, like light grayish color, which is what I was looking for. But yeah, so I've moved into the next phase of this pattern. So I'll be able to move into her face and everything coming up soon. Yeah, I don't know when I worked on this, but I did. So there it is. And that's, yeah, red by Mirabilia. And continuing on with our Mirabilia theme. Oh, I'm just gonna, actually, you know what? I always do this. I always forget to leave it out so that I can take pictures. Continuing on with Mirabilia, I actually got a ton of work done. This I do remember working on September Sapphire Fairy. That is her. And she is really, really pretty. So that is her. That's what she's going to look like. And this is how far I got. So last time you saw her, I'm pretty confident I just had like this area, this blue, this kind of area done. And Stitching in the Springs, I really worked on her quite a bit. And really got into the wings and all of this piece here. And then this little guy, that's going to be a butterfly. I mean, not going to be, it is a butterfly, but it, oh, sorry, I thought I saw something. This is a butterfly, and it's in Krennic blending filament. So I had never worked with the colored blending filament before, and my understanding with blending filament was that you're supposed to use it with a strand of like DMC or something. But the way that she has this charted is that the blending filament is just stitched on its own. And so I was stitching it and I wasn't really liking the coverage in the red, because there's some, I don't know if you can see it, there's this little sparkle there in the red here, but I wasn't really liking the coverage. And like down here, you can kind of see there's like one stitch here, and then there's these stitches of the blending filament. So I was talking with Kat of Valkyrie Stitchworks, and she was like, yeah, use 2 strands, just try it. And because she uses she likes to use 2 strands of like Krennic stuff, which I thought was pretty brave, but she likes doing that. So I did, and I liked it better. And I think it still looks great. I was able, you know, you have to take a little bit of care to make sure everything's like laying okay on it. But I think it looks better. So yeah. So that is her. And this is the Karen Water Lily. I think it's called like charcoal or something. What is it called? Oh, it doesn't say, I don't have it written down. So you can kind of see the variegation. Well, this is up here, is the Karen Water Lily. There's like a little bit of variegation in it, not a ton, but some. Oh, that's her. I really have been enjoying working on her a lot. Like, she's a lot of fun. She's got a lot of different colors in her. Like, yes, she's sapphire, but she also has these greens and reds, this orange and purple butterfly. Like, it's really cute. And she's got like a cage that she's holding with butterflies. So I like it. So that's her. And then actually I just have one more. So I really feel like this has been going pretty quick. So I worked on summer a little bit more at the retreat. This got kind of wonkadoo. So this is the Cricut collection. Obviously it's not summer. For some reason, this is like the one, this is like the one piece that, or what am I trying to say? One seasonal piece that I just could not get done during the actual season. Couldn't get it done during summer. Didn't get it done during fall. Who knows if I get it done during winter. Goal is to have it done by next summer. So there we are. So anyway, so I did work on this. Oops, it's still in the hoop. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I did not realize that. I must have put it away pretty quickly. All right, and I've got my little dreidel needle minder that my friend Kristen gave me. Is that really cute? So, yeah, so this one I got really not a ton done on it. I think the last time you saw this, oh my God, this is like so wrinkly. And I don't have my ring light today because honestly, like I just honestly did not want to set it up. Like it has a USB-C port and I just, there we go, that's better. So I had not started working on this M. I had, oh, I think I was still working on the R because I still had to do some of the detail work on the R. So I finished that up. And then I moved over and I started working on this M over here. So it's halfway done. It's halfway done. I just am working on this M. And then we're going to have little beats across here. So we're getting there. Yeah, I should have it done by next summer. And this, I can tell you is on, it's on 32 count. And where in, all right, I don't know, guys. I'm not very good at this whole like Flosstube thing. So I don't know what it's on, but it's on 32 count Lagana. So, and then, yeah, so that's summer. And I actually have one more that I forgot. So hold on 1 second. Okay, so I actually have been working on the reindeer by Cottage Garden Samplings. So that's what it's gonna look like. Oops. And this has been a travel piece for me. Hang on, I gotta put this somewhere. This has been a travel piece for me. This is apparently also in the hoop. Okay. Really doing good here. All right. So I work on this in the airports mostly. I have a hanging thread for some reason, probably because my plane was about to take off. I don't know. So I work on this in the airport, and I work on this on the plane sometimes when I'm not sleeping on the plane, because I'm really good at sleeping on planes. So yeah, so I actually just ignore my hanging thread situation here. So there he is. And again, he's like super wrinkly because he's in my travel. Well, also just because he's been in the hoop, like been a mess. So I added a lot more onto the antlers here, and added a few more of the snow. I really hate doing those snowflakes. They're just so fiddly, but they're really cute looking, so fine. Yeah, so I just added a lot more onto the antlers with him, like all of this stuff here. Now, if you may or may not be aware, if you are stitching this or planning on stitching this, there was a big correction. So at the very top here, like this top part, or this color right here, it's charted as being the same as this color, but they made a mistake, and it should be the same as this orange of the variegated floss, which is, it should be the bright leaf floss in the antlers, not this, not the 945. They just mischarted it, and I don't know why it took so long for them to come out with that, or maybe I just noticed it recently. I don't know, but yeah, just in case there is a chart correction on that. And that is actually it. That is all I have for you guys. Yeah, the next few weeks are obviously pretty busy. I have 2 teaching things I'm doing one weekend after another. Going to Wisconsin and then Minnesota in December. So it's gonna be cold, but doing that. And then after that is obviously the holidays. So I will probably be doing a whip parade for the new year. And also kind of like a whole like restart for me, like just refresh. So I'll be doing a whip parade then. I just don't know exactly what date I'm going to be doing that on. So we'll see. But anyway, I hope you guys had a lovely Thanksgiving, if that's what you celebrate here in the US. I hope that your holidays, whatever those might be, are joyful. Hanukkah does start next week. It starts the night of December 7th. So we will be lighting the candles that night. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a great Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all of the holidays, and New Year's. So anyway, I will leave it at that. And and hopefully I will be able to film that whip parade really soon, and I will see you guys soon. All right, bye.